I started to look up some things like barium and these different, what they call contrast materials for imaging, because I was thinking if barium is in the sky and they're spraying that, then there must be some reason why they're spraying barium. So when I came to this site, see, this is what I just typed in, barium and x-rays. And also I've had this feeling that the body scanners at the airports are not really just for finding out what people have hidden in on their person or whatever, but it's for something else, something deeper. You know, maybe brain function, like seeing what people, who knows, but I just have this feeling that it's for something else. So when I came to this site, I found another contrast material, and that is called gadolinium, something like that. But anyway, if people breathe in barium and gadolinium, which is a rare earth metal, and they have it in their bodies, when they go to the airports and they have the terahertz body scanners, they will be able to see, who knows. And when they have the TSA doing pat downs and everything, they must just really think it's kind of funny that they tell the TSA, okay, you have to do this to another person, and then another person has to allow them to do it. I mean, it's just, what a silly game. They must be laughing their heads off. But anyway, here's all about barium and how it helps with your imaging examination. So maybe when you go to the airport, you're really getting examined. So here are other contrast materials, and this is a site, this is a regular medical site for radiologists. So it tells you all about it. And down here somewhere is about, okay, here it is, gadolinium. So I read a little bit about it and it's all this is going to come together eventually, and we're going to understand. So gadolinium based contrast materials. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so keep that in mind, that the things that they use for x-rays are also the things that are in this, that they're spraying in the sky. Okay, then here is an article about gallium is another word for maybe gadolinium, I'm not really sure, but so air particulates, these things, gallium, are found in the air. Okay, so I'm not going to read all about all this right now, but gallium and calcium for holograms, and we know that, I mean, Tupac, we saw his holograms, and holograms are really, they can do it so perfectly now. That technology has been around for ages and ages and ages. We might even be looking at people thinking it's the real person and it's only a hologram. Maybe sometimes we see Obama and it's not really him, it's a hologram. How do we know? And this is interesting here about cloaking technologies, because cloaking technologies are becoming so advanced that in Hong Kong there was an article about cloaking technologies, and they can actually make an apple look like a banana. That was in the newspaper, so I don't have it with me, and I tried to find it online, but I couldn't. But they can make, they can cloak things so that the cloaked thing can see out, but you can't see into it. And then metamaterials is a key word here. Metamaterials, because these are revolutionary materials. They're not found in nature, and scientists are finding out that they can bend light, bend sound, cloak objects, and you know, these other things are such huge distractions, like Lady Gaga's extreme presentations and Cameron Diaz's 20-pound dress. Who cares? I think we have to keep up with science in order to know what's going on. Okay, now this is really important to know down here. If you go to ends of articles, that's what I do. I go to the end of articles, and it kind of helps me understand. So instead of like just reading through everything, I go to the end, and then I find out what the article is about first. So this is from Cloaking Objects from Electromagnetic Fields by Inverse Design of Scattering Optical Elements. So our eyes are going to be deceived, no doubt. And then this one, implant technologies. Everybody should read this, because implant technologies have now gone nano-sized. So you won't have to be injected, maybe. You might just breathe these things in. And everybody who notices that the sky is being covered with a layer of white spray that spreads can understand this. So, good idea to everybody, yeah, it's true, everybody has to do their own research. And there, I read some other new article about nano aluminum size particles, which is not good. And they can give you asthma. And as a matter of fact, my 90-year-old mother just told me yesterday that her doctor told her she has asthma, and she lives in Southern California. And she also told me that her orange tree, the leaves aren't growing. So she's never had asthma in her life. She said she's never had any problems, and suddenly she has it. Wonder if there's a coincidence, because they're spraying like mad. She's seen the lines in the sky. Okay, so this is, I got this from gadolinium in chemtrails. I just typed that in. You never know what's going to pop up. So there are also lots of other articles on the Google page that takes massive amounts of time to research. So I'm just showing you some things I found for fun. Okay, here's a new article about cloaking sound. Sound cloaking acoustic metamaterials. What are metamaterials? Here they are from Wikipedia. Metamaterials are artificial materials engineered to have properties that may not be found in nature. Tunable metamaterials. Electromagnetic metamaterials are artificially structured materials that are designed to interact with and control electromagnetic waves. Okay, there's really no time. I'm going to read more about this later, but the reason that people need to learn about this is because it's also connected to how they can get into our minds. And this is all being driven by military, defense, offense, control. That's why each individual needs to know about it. That's my opinion. Oh, look at this. News for metamaterials. Metamaterial opens new possibilities in transformation acoustics. Okay, do you think that, do you know that some advertisers can advertise to you inside your mind alone? They can tell you to buy something and you'll hear a voice in your head. You walk by a billboard and they can beam it into your head. So they can do anything they want. Now look at this. Here is a YouTube video from 2009. And remember that technology is advancing at an exponential rate. It's multiplying. The speed of the technology, advancing technology, is multiplying like crazy. So this is from 2009. It's pretty old.
Is really thinking,
have a listen.
Or your boss, or the guy sitting across from you on the bus. We all take as a given.
Oh no, where's the sound?
By anyone else, until now, that is. Neuroscience research into how we think and what we're thinking is advancing at a stunning rate, making it possible for the first time in human history to peer directly into the brain to read out the physical makeup of our thoughts. Some would say, to read our minds. This is the technology that is transforming what once was science fiction into just plain science. It's a specialized use of MRI scanning called functional MRI, fMRI for short, that makes it possible to see what's going on inside the brain while people are thinking.
Every time I walk into that scanner room and I see the person's brain appear on the screen, when I see those patterns, it is just incredible, unthinkable.
Mind reading, what do you call it?
Thought identification.
Whatever you want to call it, what neuroscientist Marcel Just and his colleague Tom Mitchell at Carnegie Mellon University have done is combine fMRI's ability to look at the brain in action with computer science's new power to sort through massive amounts of data. The goal? To see if they could identify exactly what happens in the brain when people think specific thoughts.
Okay, are you ready to get started?
They did an experiment where they asked subjects to think about 10 objects, 5 of them tools like screwdriver and hammer, and 5 of them dwellings like igloo and castle, then recorded and analyzed the activity in their brains for each. You had them think about a screwdriver, and the computer found the place in the brain where that person was thinking screwdriver?
Screwdriver isn't one place in the brain, it's many places in the brain. When you think of a screwdriver, you think about how you hold it, how you twist it, what it looks like, what you use it for.
And each of those functions are in different places?
Correct.
Just as...
Okay, so thought identification. Okay, this is from 2009, and so what do you think? Airport scanners, what are they doing? What kind of information are they collecting? Your thoughts? That would be so weird. And also now phones, they're going to have an app where you can put the terahertz technology on your phone so that you can see through people's clothes and things. So interesting. So keep up, everybody, and let me know what you think. And I believe there is a holy infinite spirit, and there's a part of our minds that connects to that, and being in touch with the Holy Infinite Spirit will keep you safe. So, thanks for watching.